Hey, welcome back to the Easy Jeezy Garage. Got a little project going on today. We've been working on the Baja, and if you followed that video, I was maybe possibly having some issues with what I thought was worn carburetors. This is a used car that I picked up, and it had these old style Kadrons on them, which are great carbs. I hear so much about them. I had some a long time ago, and I moved on to the dual Webers and dual Delordos, but now that I've got these kind of thrown in my lap with the car, I'm kind of having fun with them. And I want to show you what the deal was here. Here's the old base. Let's just maybe take this and have a look at it here. Okay, you got the carburetor. Does that look more like a carburetor? And you got your throttle body on the bottom of the carburetor. Actually, it went like this, I believe. So you got your throttle body on there. You turn your throttle and it opens a butterfly. You get more air, creates a vacuum, pulls more gas in. Okay, so carburetors 101. That was quick and easy. Now, we'll be doing a lot more of that a lot slower in future videos, but for right now, the crux of it is when I would drive the car, once it warmed up, it was kind of doing this fast idle thing. It was a mystery idle. It would never idle the same way twice, and that could have been because the throttle shaft is worn. There's a little bit of play. I don't know if I can present this in a way that you can see it. It's not very much, but what the deal is it sucks air into the throttle shaft and throws your idle mixture off. Your throttle stop. Okay, here's the new one. There's the old one. You saw that little bit of play. There's a little side play back and forth. If we look at it here against the light, there's a little bit of light. I don't know if that's coming into focus there. Let me get behind. Oh boy, noisy. Okay, let's look. Okay, through the center of that. See the light around there? See how that... You gotta have a little bit, and I think, you know... Let's see. See how it goes side to side? A little bit of slop, just some general wear. Now, when you're adjusting your throttle, your mixture screw, where the hell is the mixture screw, is right here on the side, and if you look in here, there's some little holes inside there, and that's the metering device. The needle valve is the metering device. It's not the idle jet, it's the metering device to adjust your idle. So when you have the throttle on the throttle stop closed, it's not completely sealed down, it actually is partially open, and then you meter the amount of fuel that goes in with the needle. Let's just take that out so you can see it. We've looked at them before, but we might have some new folks here that have Kadrons. Okay, it's a needle. Okay, so now we transferred over some of those pieces. You don't. This is what you get when you get in the package. And I bought these from CarCraft out of Riverside, California. CarCraft Volkswagen. They real good folks over there. They have NAD and Hot V dubs. I've been buying stuff from them for quite a while. So far they've been treating me just dandy. Their prices are, what I would say, nice and competitive. Okay, so we looked at the old one that had some wear, and now we're going to look at the new one. I don't see as much light. That looks like it seals a little better. Okay, now I had to take these linkage pieces off of the other and transfer it to this one. Same with this. What I did was just turn it sideways. I put a flat screwdriver in between that, and I just turned it. Let me just show you. I just stuck it in between there. I don't want to pop it off again. Okay, and I just turned it. There's a nylon bushing, and the end of this is shaped in such a way that you push in on it and it snaps into place. And I don't think you want to do that a whole bunch, because there's not even a some of them have a little C-clip, a little clip on there. So anyhow, transfer that over. The two screws that hold this into the base are right there in the bottom. There's one of them there, and that's what's going to attach it to the main body of the carburetor. And you get you get a couple of gaskets with that. You get these type of gaskets. There's a little nylon block here that does not come with it. You're going to reuse that. Here's one of the new gaskets, and it appears that you need two of those. And my kit may have only come with one. I got to look around for the package that it came in. I don't know if it was stuck to something else. I hope I didn't throw it away. But we'll turn it back on once I get that squared away, alrighty? Okay, we're going to do this one together. Okay, I've got the, I like this one. This was the right-hand carburetor. It didn't seem to give me any trouble, but I got to figure it's the same age as the other one, so I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna save the parts. So first we got to get off the top. I had cleaned these before. Okay, there's my gasket. I'm just going to set this off to the side. I'm going to take my float out, put it over here. I'm going to, you know, I love my coffee cans. Be extremely careful around gasoline. Can't emphasize that enough. Eye protection, fire extinguisher handy. I got my fire extinguisher right here on the floor in case something stupid happens. Like that's gonna do you a lot of good, you know. It might if it's small enough and you catch it soon enough. Just looking inside the float bowl here, I see a little gunk. Might as well get it out of there now, huh? Alright, now we're gonna turn it upside down. How did I have that other one? We're gonna put it just like this. This is probably not, there's a little bit of fuel still in there. I want to show you this. I'm gonna take a big flathead screwdriver and I'm gonna put it between the lever. This is the accelerator pump. All that does is pop out. There's no snap ring or circlip on that. It's just got a nylon or plastic type bushing. There's some real small screws holding this base on. Flathead screws. Don't you love it the way you guys always get a good view of the back of my head. My goodness, sorry about that. Well, I don't know how else to set this camera up and see what I'm doing. There's one of them. Come on. There's the other one. Drop, sucker, drop. Doesn't want to drop. The other four dropped. It looked to me kind of like the factory had peened this over, or done something so that they wouldn't come loose. But you got to get them out. Okay. Now I've got that set there. Let's set these gaskets off to the side. Let's take our new base here. Okay, this is EMPI. I got this at CarCraft. They were $44.95 each as of September 2013. And watch when you open the package. There's a couple of gaskets in here that you will need. And there's only one in that package as well. Bummer. Okay. There is a brass nut. There should also be a flat washer. There it is. There's a flat washer that's got that flat spots to go around the throttle shaft. Alright, get that out of the way. First thing I'm going to do is take a look at that needle. I'm going to turn it in. I don't know if they check this stuff at the factory. Do not overturn that. This does not have a brass seat in it. And I just want to look at it, make sure that it was not boogered up from the factory. And I'm looking at this one. I don't have a good light for you to see, but I'll give it a try. Alright, I don't know if you can see down there. That's where the needle adjustment goes. And again, this needle is not the idle jet. This is for fine tuning when you do have the correct idle jet. And both of the previous ones I had 2 turns out, and I had a little bit of an erratic. So it looks to me like the spring is completely closed. So I don't know if I'm bottoming out in that or not, but I'm going to assume that I am. 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. I got that done now. I don't have to worry about it later. I'm going to set them right here on the bench, side by side. Get everything the same. And that is not the same. Okay, now it's the same. Maybe I should match it this way. Doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, this one is to the back and to the side. I have a little side play here. I'm going to take a 11 millimeter wrench. This side of this flat washer is bent up to capture the nut, and there's a little trick to that, and I'll show you in just a second here. Alright. Alright. Okay. You have to take that off and reuse it on the other side. Note the position of your throttle shaft. Make sure that all that is the same. Okay, now we're going to set, we got it on there the same way it came off. I'm going to put this old one back on the old one before I lose it, and they're going to be matched to each other that way. Okay, now here's the trick. Put the assembly on first. I'm going to put the, there's a nicer looking side to that nut. Do everything finger tight. Now, I suppose we should have looked at that first. See, there's got to be a little bit of play in there, and this aluminum is going to warm up in the engine compartment, so that's probably even going to tighten up a little bit. And this, the other one seemed worse than this one, but I'm going to do them both just so it's matched, and it's, if it was a single carb, it'd be different. Okay, now here's the trick. If you torque this down, see what's happened is the throttle shaft doesn't want to close. You don't tighten the nut all the way down, and it doesn't come with directions on this thing. There's nothing in there. So, okay, now when I back it off, okay, it's closing. Okay, so you want to put it in the closed position and just snug this up. If you're going to pull it up against the side and create yourself a problem if you don't do it this way. You're supposed to do this by feel. This is why it's set up that way. Just a little bit. You don't want to have play where it bangs back and forth. Just feel it. Take your time. Take your time. You want to get this right. Snug it down. Go full throttle. Go back down. Okay, you just want to make sure that this is going to have full travel. Okay, now I could tighten more. Okay, there's just a little bit of a lip where that little brass is. Find the flat and bend that up. It doesn't want to bend up. I'm going to take my small channies. Maybe I'll try this needle. I was using the channel locks last time. I don't want to change the position. I don't want to damage the threads. Just take your time. Okay, it's starting to come that time, finally. Alright. Alright. Get it on that flat spot, because you don't want it to creep into a too tight. Check it. Feels good. No side play. So I haven't screwed that up yet. I don't know if this is the best tool for the job, but it seems. It's coming up. If you got a better way of doing it, more power to you. Alright. Now, whoop. That's not doing shit. Excuse my French. I just was feeling it. That's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Okay, that's why we're doing this together. So I can make a fool of myself. I am going to demonstrate how not to do this. This is aluminum and brass. You just don't want to deform it. But you want to get it into... Boy, there's not a lot to grab onto. I think I'm getting out of frame here. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm just trying to find a happy spot here. This is not working real well. Try something else. I have a different pair. A little bit bigger. See how these do from a little different angle. Jesus criminy. Not what I want to do. The other one went real easy. The one you didn't see. Oh boy, hear those joints? Alright, I'm going to use the back face of the nut and capture that washer. Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Mucho better. Mucho better. Alright. Now, I'm going to put this in the vise. It's just easier to hold it. I am not tightening it down. I'm kind of setting it on the accelerator pump, and there's this other casting here. I'm just more or less kind of resting it there. I'm not squeezing it. Is any of this coming out? I hope so. Alright. Now, there's another seal right here. These things look pretty sad. Alright. Take your new one out of the pile. You know what? Okay. I don't know if color has anything to do about it. You've got to get it right. There's holes here. There's a couple of guide pins. Those are kind of... Nope, nope, nope. This one's a little thicker. I don't know if there's an advantage to that. Nope. Okay. I don't know. I like the black one better. I think the green one came in the kit. Now I'm going to wipe this off. Put it in the same way. Set this on the top. Nice. I'll line up my accelerator pump. Take some needle nose. No mystery here, I'm just squeezing it back in. Get your guide pin screws. Gotta line up with all those holes. 2 gaskets and that piece of nylon, and I imagine, just guessing, but that nylon block stops the heat from transferring to the main throttle body. Alright. This is really a cool setup. I'm really impressed with it. Insulates it. Good screwdriver. I did not put any thread locker on it, but there's no way that this screw could fall out and go into the engine. Okay, I'm tightening that down. I'm going to try it. Okay. I love it. That feels good. Okay, did you hear it snap in? That was that accelerator arm. Alright. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this, because I can look at it right here. Okay, you want to synchronize your carbs. Wow. So we're just till you see it moving. Okay? Just till you get contact. This is your stop for your throttle. Just want to get that to move. Just touch it. Alright. Okay. Number 2 is done. Now what I'm going to do is put a little fuel. I got an electric fuel pump, but I want to put a little bit of fuel in the float bowl and just sort of prime it. I want to check that accelerator pump. I have to prime it. See, I had to squirt it all those times. Alright, we had the float level was adjusted. It was running fine. I was getting 24 miles to the gallon. And this is your basic Volkswagen Solex type float setup. I had already changed the needle and seat. Everything looks good. Careful. Don't force stuff. Don't force stuff. Now it looks a little dirty on the outside, but I had just cleaned this a couple weeks ago before I went on that 200-mile ride, and I was having trouble with the idle. And I think it was because of worn throttle shaft and plate. So this will be kind of a test to see how these new EMPI replacement bases work out. I don't like the Chinese stuff too, but any more than you do, but that's all we're gonna have to choose from. You gotta make it work. Seems like I remember Darren was emphasizing that when he did his carburetor video. And I'm embarrassed how, you know, I didn't soak it. I didn't put it in a carb tank. Didn't do all that sort of stuff to it. And I just don't have that stuff. I sprayed it out, cleaned it out real good. I should have probably done a better job of it, but you know, this is going to be going down dirt roads real soon, and make sure everything works real smooth. Boy, I love the way the accelerator pump works on this one. It's just so much smoother than the other one. Well, not really. Alright. Let's put them on the car. Fire this mother up. Whew, that was a long one. I'm gonna have to edit that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. Hope this helps someone who's got these 40 Kadrons, 4044s with 28 Venturis. If you're having trouble with that throttle body or need a replacement, we'll see how this works. Alright, good to have her running again. Fired right up. Probably won't leave that exhaust on there. Looks a lot better with the hood on though, and without all that old crappy paint in there. Everything's all cleaned up, and I've already, you know, leaked oil all over that other valve cover, so I see I got a hole in my air tube there. Man, that puts out a nice, I wonder what, I'll always be curious about that engine, boy, it's just killing me. I want to know what's in there. Boy, I'll tell you another thing, I did something different on that front motor mount. It tilted the engine up, and boy, those air cleaners, there is hardly any room. And you'll notice this usually when you rev an engine like that, it torques to the side. This thing is not doing that. Well, heck, what do you think? I moved the car out of the driveway, and guess what? There was ice on the windshield. Yeah, ice on the windows. So that means these aspen and all the other trees are going to be taking a pretty quick change for dropping their leaves. So the timing's good. Hope I didn't forget anything. You know what?